Runyon, who is the president of the SROs for the state of South Dakota, and I'm just going to let him take over.
Thank you. It's a pleasure of mine, and this is probably one of the favorite things of mine as president of this association, is to come out and recognize the resource officers from across the state and recognize them for the work that they do. And I think that the connection that we are able to build between us as law enforcement, with the schools, with the families, with the students especially, is a very important thing. And over the last 10 years or so, I've been able to read a lot of nominations that have come across for this particular award. And Paul's has come across this year as being at the top of the list. And not just the top of the list, but the top of the list of 14, which is, quite honestly, the most that we've ever gotten in 1 year. It's been my pleasure to work with Paul for the last number of years on the board. He's put in a lot of work in helping us with building our association, putting together our summer conference to try to educate not just those of us working in the schools, but in attempting to bring educators in to help along with fostering that relationship as well. So that's the side of Paul that I have seen, but like I said, I had the opportunity to read what some others had to say as far as his relationship with the school here and the students here in Vermillion and Irene as well. And it's obvious that you have built some good connections there and you've done some wonderful things. And because of that, we as a board chose Paul as our 2017 School Officer of the Year.
I was coming to break up a fight. I was excited. The other bummer is in the emails of other officers that was selected was supposed to be the 24th, so I was looking forward to going to Culver's in Sioux Falls after getting out of here for a day. Words can't express this. This is fantastic. It's so much fun working with you guys, working with the elementary kids. To get you guys, I mean, my whole goal is always to see us, law enforcement, I think I've told that to every speech class I've talked to, is just for you guys to see law enforcement as people, not just as a cop, that we are here to help you and that kind of stuff. I hope I'm doing that. Looks like I am, I guess. But this is an honor.
Next, we're going to have Sheriff Andy Howe come up and just say a few things.
Well, I was just going to introduce myself, Sheriff Andy Howe. I'm Paul's boss. Paul came to work for me back before I was sheriff in the 90s. Shortly after he started working in the sheriff's office, he became our first DARE officer, and I'm going to guess that he's probably taught almost all of you folks DARE, I assume. Show of hands, how many have? Yep, there we go. Then, late 90s, Paul became our first school resource officer in Wakanda, part-time. He just kind of went up there a few hours a day. And then, mid-2000s, late 2000, he became our full-time school resource officer here in Vermillion, which was all the schools in Vermillion, plus Wakanda, St. Agnes. Along the way, Chief Matt Betson provided another officer in Vermillion to help Paul out, covering all those schools, because then we picked up Irene, as you might know. So now here he is running the 2 counties, covering all of these schools, and doing a great job, and we're proud to have him. He does an outstanding job. Besides what he does for you folks here, he covers shifts, he covers your dances, anything we need him to do, keeps up all of his training as any other officer would do, and he does a great job, and we're proud to have him, and I congratulate him for this.
Next then on this bill, Ms. Kozak, come up and just say a few things.
We were in a meeting and Mr. Cameron said that there was a chance to give an award to Officer Pederson. I've known Paul's family for a long time. My husband was in the military with Paul and Wendy. They've been there for me when my husband was deployed. I appreciate everything that he does. And when we had the chance to teach together, Paul said, you know, I think I can do that. So we started teaching a unit together 7 years ago. It's been a long time. Touching Spirit Bear. How many of you got to experience that with Mr. Pederson? There's quite a few. The seniors were here. A lot of them could raise their hands too. We also do a Shark Tank unit that Mrs. Hill will talk about a little bit. And his SAD program is in my classroom, so he has my back and I have his back. When he's not there, I'm there with the kids for SAD. So just thank you so much for all that you do.
People who have done Shark Tank, almost all of you, I guess, all of you now, because seniors are gone. You've all gone through the Shark Tank program, and you know Officer, or Corporal Pederson, I should say now. He helps us a lot, not just with the judging, but also many of you have had questions and you've interviewed him, and he's always willing to help a student. He also does the Teen Court program right now, and I think it just shows that he's passionate about kids and he's passionate about making society a better place, and he's definitely in the right line of work to do that. So thank you, Corporal Pederson.
Okay, I just want to say a few things. I know that I could not do my job without Officer Pederson. Mr. Huska could not either. He is a great liaison between the students and law enforcement. And the thing that I want to emphasize is he is a person. He's not a cop. He's very approachable, and that is the definition of what this position is all about. And number one, he keeps our school safe. Number two, he has an open heart and open ears to everything. And I know that he just loves the student body and loves his job, and here's the reward he gets for that. So thank you very much, Officer Pederson. And thank you guys for coming in here and being so supportive and so quiet while he's out in the hallway. So I hate to say this, but we got to go back to class now.